welcome to another edition of this channel. Thank you for joining me once again. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thank you for all the comments, even the negative ones. Hey, we're here to chat. We're here to discuss music, and I'm here to discuss the Darker Waves Festival that happened this weekend out here in Southern California, Huntington Beach. This was the new wave 80s goth festival. They're always, kind of, labeling these things goth. And believe me, the goths come out, and it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. The other festival we had earlier this year was in the city of Pasadena. It was called Cruel World. I had the great fortune of evacuating that place because of a lightning storm. All right. If you guys want to see some footage of that, check out the link in the description of this video of my podcast, and go ahead and follow that if you want. Okay. I've got footage of Cruel World Fest earlier this year during Iggy Pop's set as he was singing Frenzy. Lightning struck Brookside over at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. It's basically a golf course. Okay, so I'm seeing the lightning in the distance, and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look good. And then all of a sudden, Iggy's sound goes off, and while he's singing Frenzy, he says, "Oh, sorry guys, we gotta get the fuck out of here, lightning." And the signs came up, "Please evacuate the premises, lightning storm ahead." They made it up to everybody. You were able to come back the following day with your ticket just to see the rest of Iggy's set and the headliner, Susie and the Banshees. And I think even Gary Newman showed up to do his set all over again because it was so amazing the first time. But anyways, that was Cruel World, and this one was called Darker Waves. And you know what? It's anything but cruel or dark. It's nothing but a good time, I think. The only thing cruel and dark are the prices. Okay, these festivals are getting ridiculous, and it's the price you pay for a festival. And the other price you pay is multiple bands, multiple acts, multiple stages on at the same time. So you got to choose. You're going to miss somebody. Lucky for you if all the bands you wanted to see are playing at the exact same time on each stage. But most of the time, you got to sacrifice one band for the other. And didn't get to do a lot of that this year because I went to Cruel World. I got to see some of those bands that were here at Darker Waves, and I really didn't miss anything. But I'm here to share video footage, live concert footage, and then I'm going to share the records that I have of all the people that were there. So join me, and let's have some fun. Please give me that thumbs up, give me that like, subscribe. Please share the channel. Let everybody know that there's another vinyl channel here on YouTube. And I can't wait to subscribe back to your channel and watch all of your videos. So let's get to it, all right? This festival started at 11 in the morning. And one of the cool things that I love about it is it's taking 80s bands, so-called goth bands or new wave bands or synth bands, and they're combining them with this new synth movement that's happening. And I love this movement. It's this sort of dark wave or synth pop. And a lot of people are calling it, and I'm surprised I'm not offended by this, they're calling it border goth, okay? Meaning because there's a lot of groups from Mexico, and there's also a lot of Mexican-American and Latino groups, from out here in California who are on this whole dark synth pop wave. Cool bands. I mean, one of the bands there this weekend was a band called Depresión Sonora. Really cool synth pop or dark wave. But I mean, I don't even know what to call this music. It just reminds me of 80s. It reminds me of synthesizer pop. And it sounds good. And I think all these groups are really cool. Twin Tribes was there. Twin Tribes is from... I'll figure out where they're from right now. And then there's a picture of their bass player, Joel, with my friend April. Shout out to my friend April, and shout out to Joel and Twin Tribes. And then my favorite group is Glass Spells. Glass Spells is from San Diego. We saw them in San Diego earlier this year. They did a great show at this little bar down there, the Casbah, if you guys have ever been there. And they opened Darker Waves this year. Didn't get out there early enough to watch them, but I mean, cool band. I really love this band. Like I said, I already saw them in San Diego, and those were the bands that opened up. And we got there around 2 o'clock as this band was about to perform, as they just started. We got there right when they first started, man. X! Think that they had performed a show the night before, just like right up the street in Long Beach at a place called Alex's Bar, and now they were here. Here's a copy of their first album, Los Angeles. This is a great album. I mean, from beginning to end. Los Angeles, the title track, produced by Ray Manzarek. You know, Soul Kitchen is on there. They closed with Soul Kitchen. They performed White Girl off of this album, which I love. Ageless. When he was young back then, I mean, he already looked like he had this kind of ageless face. You know, already looks kind of like an old guy. So now he looks just normal, and he is out there rocking out, man, rocking out. You know, I love the whole bass player, lead singer. You know, and Exene, of course, looked amazing, sounded great. And then the rest of the band, DJ Bonebreak and Billy Zoom, still play amazing. The only thing about Billy, though, is he was in a chair. You know, he was sitting down in a chair. He wasn't standing up and rocking out. Who cares, man? He was still rocking the shit out of that Gresh and just playing like nobody's business, like the old days. I really had a fun time right away. As soon as we got there, X was performing, we're jumping up and down. A good time is ready to be had. Each band performs for about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. And, you know, just like any festival, sometimes they go a little longer. So anyways, right after X, Molshot Doma came on. If you don't know who that is, they've had a whole career built around, I think, memes and social media. They're a band from Belarus, from Minsk. You know, just look up Molshot Doma and you'll know exactly who that band is. and they were great. They were also at Cruel World Festival earlier this year. Saw them there for the first time. Thought they were great. Kind of walked around and heard them in the background at Darker Waves Festival this year. But if you get a chance to ever see them, I suggest you do. So after that, we headed to the South Stage, which was called the Wave Stage. It was the Darker Stage, the Tiki Stage right in the middle, and then the Waves Stage. And we headed to the Waves Stage to see this band. That's right, Devo. Devo was also at Cruel World, and man, these guys, if you ever get a chance to see Devo, you have to. They still are amazing. They sounded great. They opened up with a song off of that 2010 album, a song called "Don't Shoot," and then they followed with a song from this album, "Peekaboo." All right, I love Peekaboo, and it sounds great live. Yeah, Josh Freese, current Foo Fighters drummer, was there with them playing, and man, these guys sound amazing. Still, and they performed Uncontrollable Urge and did the whole, you know, the dun 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 dun, you know, where they're bouncing around, and flawless. Great job. What was next? We headed to the Tiki Stage to see Crosses. All right, I never thought I'd see Crosses. Crosses is a new band. It's Sean Lopez and Chino from Deftones. All right, it's it's Chino's side project, way different from Deftones. It's goth, it's synth, it's new wavy, it's really different, and it was a really cool performance, man. Just visually, sonically, it was amazing. Albums, but anyways, here's my little Deftones collection. I've always loved this band from Sacramento. Still making albums. I really love this one, Koi no Yokan, which came out in 2012. Great songs on here. They've taken another direction with their music, but it's still, you know, inherently Deftones. This is their latest, or the last one that they released a couple of years ago, Ohms. This one got nominated for a Grammy. This thing sounds great on this clear vinyl. I got this off of their website. This is the good sounding one right here. Great album, Ohms, great band, and Crosses. Amazing. I'm so glad I got to see. You know, that's the one thing about these festivals, you know, you see bands that you'd never think you'd see, right? And a band that I saw at Cruel World and did not see at Darker Waves, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, was this band. All right, one of my favorites, Echo and the Bunnymen. Here's a promo copy of Songs to Learn and Sing. The cover is thrashed, as you can see there, but who cares, because the this promo copy is mint, and it sounds great. Great, great, great. I love playing this. I love Echo and the Bunnymen. It's too bad that they didn't sound great. They didn't sound too good at Cruel World Festival earlier this year. Ian can't really hit those notes like he used to. The band sounds alright, but over at Darker Waves, I heard there was a big fiasco. They thought they were going to play longer, and I guess they only got like 20 minutes or something like that. Or they were late. I believe they were late. Okay, don't take my word for it, but there was some sort of fiasco, and they went on, and somebody in the band said, "We've only got 20 minutes to play. This is bollocks," you know, in their English accents. And they played and put no effort into it. I read all the comments on Facebook this morning, and just bad reviews of their performance, and then they took off early. I hope they get their shit together so that they can perform again. I mean, come on, man. Legendary new wave band, Echo and the Bunnymen. That's sad that had to happen. But anyways, we headed over to the main stage, the darker stage, or I don't even remember what the names of the stages were, to see this band. All right, B-52s. I've never seen them. I was glad to, you know, kind of run up as close as I could in that VIP section that we paid for, and I got, you know, close enough, but I heard the whole concert, and it was great, man. I didn't care for their little video montage, greatest hits intro. You know, I wish they would have just came out and started rocking out. But anyways, here's my copy. I just showed it, right? My original Winchester copy of this in mint condition. I actually opened this sucker and played it for the first time. Sounds great. Wild Planet is my favorite B-52s album. I have, let's see, what else do I have? Oh yeah, copy of their first. Here's Whammy, and then Cosmic Thing, my introduction to the B-52s when I was in junior high school. Love Shack, and yeah, they sang Love Shack. Highlight of the B-52s. I mean, they were all great, but Cindy was rocking it. She was looking great. And when she came out and sang "Give Me Back My Man," everybody went nuts for Cindy and Kate and Mr. Schneider. All right, they sang "Party Out of Bounds" off of the Wild Planet album, right? Sorry. Yeah, great set. So while B-52s were playing, the other stage was showing them on the big screen, because they were getting all set up for this band. All right, New Order. I never thought I'd get to see New Order. They came out. Here's my copy of Power, Corruption, and Lies, and here's my copy of Low Life. Yeah, what can I say, man? They sang it all. They sang it all. It was pretty emotional. I got a little emotional. really, I don't know why, they just reminded me of an old just rock band, garage rock band. You know, Bernard was up there. I mean, he didn't sound perfect, but there was passion. Their keyboardist, Jillian Gilbert was there. You know, they kept showing her on that big screen, and man, it was just crowded, and we were all just rocking out to New Order. They closed out with Love Will Tear Us Apart, you know, a Joy Division song. Saw a lot of emotional people in the audience hearing this music from this legendary 80s synth, new wave, goth, punk, whatever band. Just a cool band, alright? I'm glad I got to see them. And then, of course, this band closed it out. Tears for Fears. I got to see Tears for Fears earlier this year at the Hollywood Bowl. And here's a copy of The Hurting, alright? Here's my copy of Songs from the Big Chair. This is a limited edition orange vinyl. Sounds alright. I don't even remember how I got that or why I got that. I think that was my first vinyl version of that album. And then I found an original. Here's an original from 1986. Right? Am I right? 86. Anyhow, yeah. There's that. Songs from the Big Chair. And here is Seeds of Love. Another cool album, man. Yeah, they were great. We left early because we had already seen them. We didn't walk out on Tears for Fears, but we, you know, we heard them in the background. And the thing about these festivals, if you're Ubering, you better get the hell out of there fast, or it'll be like an hour, maybe even longer, before you get an Uber. But enough of that. The music was great. Which festival was better? Cruel World in Pasadena or Darker Waves in Huntington Beach? They were both amazing. I don't want to say bad things about either one. I'm going to go with Cruel World, even though we, you know, missed out on Iggy Pop because of the lightning. I'm going to say Cruel World was better just because it wasn't as crowded. Alright? Darker Waves was crowded. Oh man, human traffic. But one of the best parts, and I'm going to show you right now, walking from one stage to another, I walked by the small stage called the Tiki Stage while the Human League was playing, okay? Now, I'm on my way to go see New Order, and Human League's playing, so I'm like, I'm going to check out the Human League a little bit, and what do they start playing? They start playing Don't You Want Me? And they must have played like a really long instrumental version of it first, because they gave everybody around me the opportunity to sing the entire first verse. And here I was walking through these people, and they're all singing on the beach. Human League's playing in the background. These things can be a drag because, you know, the money, the hassle, but the whole point is, you know, if you're there enjoying music with a lot of people in a cool place, having fun, I guess that's all that matters. And all that matters right now is that you give me a thumbs up on this video, and that you subscribe to this channel, and let everybody know that there's a cool new vinyl channel again on YouTube. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. See you next time.